Hello, and welcome to this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. I'm Randy Beeler. The 2018 Washington State legislative session ended about a month ago. Several pieces of legislation important to the City of Yakima were passed by the legislature this year and were signed into law by Governor Inslee about 2 weeks ago. The city scored a major victory this year with passage of a bill that makes paying for road improvements on the former Boise Cascade Mill site easier. House Bill 2858, which was prime-sponsored by 14th District Representative Norm Johnson, changed language in state law, giving cities receiving LIFT funding greater flexibility. The city also successfully advocated for a $150,000 appropriation for a pilot gang prevention program in Yakima. Additionally, the number of classes at the State Law Enforcement Academy were increased, funding for homeless programs and services was also increased, and the Washington State Voting Rights Act passed, all efforts supported by the City of Yakima. At its April 3rd business meeting, the Yakima City Council directed city staff to bring to the council an ordinance authorizing steps be taken to construct the Yakima Central Plaza on property now being used for parking. The council will vote on the ordinance at its business meeting on April 17th. If adopted by the council, the ordinance will set in motion a process that will include the development and issuing of bid documents, the awarding of the project to a general contractor, and ultimately construction of the plaza. On April 4th, the city was served with a lawsuit by a group of Yakima business owners arguing that the city cannot repurpose the property now being used for parking because of two ordinances passed in 1974. Kathy Mercy, owner of Yakima Theaters, Michael Snyder, one of the owners of the Cowichee Kitchen and Ice House Bar, and Bruce Smith, owner of Yakima Valley Publishing, are the named parties in the lawsuit against the city. April is National Volunteer Month, and the City of Yakima is celebrating the many community members who give of their time, talents, and expertise. And the Yakima economy is going strong, and that means plenty of jobs are available. To tell you more, here's CityCast's John Fannin.
Thanks, Randy. April is National Volunteer Month, and April 15th to the 21st is National Volunteer Week. Both serve as reminders of the many ways volunteers assist the City of Yakima. Mayor Kathy Coffey said volunteers make it possible for the city to expand services and opportunities for residents. An example of that impact is in the City of Yakima's Office of Neighborhood Development Services, also known as ONDS. ONDS manager Archie Matthews said his office works with volunteers to provide free snow removal, lawn and debris services, alley and vacant lot cleanup, graffiti removal, and wheelchair ramp assembly. ONDS logged more than 9,000 volunteer hours in 2017. In the past 10 years, the office has logged more than 100,000 volunteer hours. ONDS started working with local volunteers in 1995, when it began working with Habitat for Humanity to paint homes for qualified senior and disabled property owners during the summer months. Since then, ONDS has expanded its volunteer base, working with schools, churches, and local organizations. Over at the City of Yakima's Harmon Center, volunteers serve in the kitchen, teach classes, help with gardening, and organize a library. Volunteers are so vital to the Harmon Center that it offers a Volunteer of the Month honor. Call 575-6101 for more information on volunteering with ONDS and 576-6402 to volunteer at the Harmon Center. The City of Yakima's unemployment numbers continue at all-time record lows, according to the State of Washington's Employment Security Department. The numbers show an unemployment rate of 6.8% in the City of Yakima for the month of February 2018. The February 2018 unemployment number is the city's record low rate for that month. The state's most recent report also revised the City of Yakima's unemployment rate for January 2018. It was lowered to 7.1%, also an all-time record low for the city. City Council member and Council Economic Development Committee Chair Jason White said the numbers reflect a continuing positive trend for the City of Yakima and shows consistent improvement in employment opportunities for its residents. The Employment Security Department will issue its next update on Tuesday, April 24th. And Randy, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, John. When we come back, we'll give you a special look at the next installment of a popular downtown art exhibit. You're watching Y-PAC's CityCast.
The Yakima to Ellensburg commuter makes riding to each city a time saver. Sit back and finish your work, read a book, make contacts while en route. It's easy and affordable when they do all the driving for you. The commuter runs multiple trips per day in each direction. It will pick you up or drop you off at 8 different stops. And the commuter now has a new stop near CWU at 11th Avenue and Maple Street for your convenience. Yakima to Ellensburg commuter, making riding to each city a time saver.
Domestic violence doesn't just affect victims, it affects our entire community.
Decir que la violencia doméstica no es mi problema, no hace nada para resolverlo.
We can no longer ignore domestic violence because it's real. It's happening here in our neighborhoods.
No hay que quedarnos callados. No más excusas.
Domestic violence.
Velo, oílo, repórtalo.
Several years ago, the Yakima Arts Commission envisioned the Windows Alive rotating art exhibit as a way to brighten up vacant downtown storefront windows. The newest Windows Alive installations are in place. CityCast Sean Davido gives you a look.
Thanks, Randy. I'm here on East Yakima Avenue in front of the latest Windows Alive art installment featuring Central Washington artists. The artists chosen to be featured in the windows for this go-around include John T. Bissonette, Janet Biggie, Christy Donahue, Scott and Robin Mayberry, and Stephen Platt. There's also a unique window display in this set that features another one of the Yakima Art Commission's ongoing public art projects. The display shows the process of how damaged traffic signal control boxes are wrapped with pieces of community artwork selected by the Yakima Arts Commission before they're replaced in the community. The display even shows a box recently wrapped that will be placed following its stay in the downtown window display. The current set of Windows Alive displays will be up until mid-September, so during your adventures around Yakima, make sure to take time to stop and admire the tremendous talent from several of our local area artists in these windows. And Randy, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you as well for joining us for this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. To learn more about what's going on with the City Council, city programs and services, fun activities in our area, and more, check out one of the many options available to you. The city's website at yakimawa.gov is the key communication platform for the City of Yakima and is home to a wide variety of information about programs and services. The city also utilizes multiple social media platforms to reach out to the community. You can find the city on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on Instagram. Y-PAC programming and other videos are also available on the city's YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. We end with a special photo essay created by CityCast Sean Davido showing the beauty of our valley as winter turns to spring. I'm Randy Beeler. Take care.
For more information on Y-PAC CityCast, call 575-6092.